Hello again, everyone, and we are on, episode 5 and 6. I'm actually going to combine this of the mini series. So if you're following along, again, to be a part of this mini series, you got to first go to BYOB Agency, download the checklist on our website. So you just go there, download the checklist, the 100 things you need to do to grow your business online. Once you download the checklist, you can listen and kind of digest the content and what's on the checklist 2 different ways. So if you like to kind of learn while you're in your car, you can listen to our podcast, and it's called Entrepreneur Rescue Mission. This is all in the description of this page, so you can check it out as well. But anyway, it's called Entrepreneur Rescue Mission. That's the podcast. And then you can also check it out by watching these videos that I do as well. So full transparency today, it's funny, so my computer is on the fritz a little bit, but I'm at a co-working space right now. So I'm in a little phone booth, so I'm a little echoey. But anyway, I just wanted to share, and this is again, full transparency, I don't know a ton about WordPress. If you've listened to any of my other episodes already, I actually use a very basic website builder through us. So if you're more of the hands-on, but in a very simple way, and you want to use a website builder to build out your website, please check out our website, byobagency.com. But you can also use WordPress. So I'm going to kind of walk through a couple things on this checklist. And again, it's very basic. It's as if you were actually setting this up. I'm going to kind of walk through the checklist. Again, because I don't know a ton about WordPress, I'm not going to elaborate as much as I usually do. And then I'm also going to be doing a Facebook Live after this. It's kind of a bonus because something that's been coming up a lot lately is I've been talking to a lot of entrepreneurs who are not 100% sure what business it is that they want to start, right? So, many people have ideas and they go, yay, this is it. And they kind of hit the ground running, and then they face kind of a roadblock, or they get unfocused, or they forget what it was exactly that they were going for. But I'm going to be doing another live after this, so feel free to check it out. So jumping right into the content. So again, I'm reading this from the checklist that you can download, and it's just another way for you to absorb the content, whether you like video or whether you like, podcasts. So anyway, talking about customizing WordPress. So once you've installed WordPress, the work to get your website created is just the beginning. There are many tweaks, modifications, and settings to take care of. Each step along the way helps ensure your site is unique, easy for your audience to navigate, appealing, and of course, effective and profitable. So just to throw this out there, I know a lot of people who use WordPress love the Divi theme. That's D-I-V-I. So if you are learning about WordPress, and there's so much resource and information. Just because I don't know a ton about WordPress, because I've chosen to kind of go a different route, you can Google, WordPress basics, how to go on YouTube, look up videos, how to actually use WordPress, and you can learn. The other thing that I recommend is going on Udemy. That's U as in unicorn, right? Udemy, it's udemy.com. And you can download WordPress basics, a training tutorial, and you can sit down and actually learn how to use WordPress in under a couple of days. So anyway, going through the checklist, the first step is I've cleaned the default site, which means you're going to delete all the default posts, links. They're going to give you a lot of sample hello world posts and a sample page. Get rid of all that. I've deleted the default categories and tags and created relevant categories and tags. I've included a description text for each. I've changed the uncategorized to something useful and searchable. I've deleted or deactivated default plugins that I'm not using. Go ahead and get rid of those. The second on the checklist is I've installed my chosen theme and header image, or I've hired a designer to create or modify a theme. My theme has been activated as well. 3, I've signed up for a Google account and followed the wizard to create analytics code for my blog. I've installed analytics code in the header.php area on my appearance editor on the dashboard of my blog. So this sounds a lot harder than it actually is. Again, I'm going to kind of walk through this and you're going to go, oh my goodness, there's a lot of stuff, and that's okay. That's why actually a lot of people, if you realize this is also not your wheelhouse or you don't want to be as hands-on with this, this is kind of behind the scenes as well, showing you what someone you would hire either through Upwork, there's many different websites. You can even join a Facebook group. I'm part of a lot of really great groups. And you can ask, hey, who out there knows WordPress or would like to build a website, and here's my budget. You can absolutely do that. So anyway, again, this is behind the scenes of what they're going to kind of be doing to get your page up and ready and prepped. And it helps you actually hold them accountable, because you can go through this checklist with them and say, did you do this? Did you get rid of that? Did you take care of that? So anyway, so fourth on the checklist is I've set up a feed burner account with my Gmail account as well, so I can track subscribers and provide RSS options for my readers. 5 is I've chosen, installed, activated, and adjusted the settings on relevant plugins to enhance the productivity and effectiveness of my blog. I've researched social media, comments, SEO, search and map branding, subscription options, email lists, advertising, and backup systems. Number 6 is I've modified the general settings to match my needs and goals, including title, tagline, set your URL to www, membership, registration, time zone, allowing comments or not. So again, these are basic housekeeping things that you can walk through. And then 7, I've set up a permalink structure that looks professional, is easy to understand and link to. And then it gives you an example in the checklist. Number 8, I've taken steps to protect my blog, including creating a unique password to log into and a login lockdown if someone repeatedly tries to log into my blog without the correct information, deleting the admin account, deleting the login option from my site's main landing page menu. Number 9, I've created a unique 404 error page to help brand my blog and guide visitors when they reach a dead end on my blog. And then 10, I've created a blog page structure that supports my business and my visitors. These pages include the About the website, privacy policy, terms and conditions, and a disclaimer. People always forget about those, but those are incredibly important. So once you're all set, test your blog while logged out and verify that your page is displayed properly on a wide variety of browsers, including Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Safari, mobile devices, and whatnot. So again, this might sound like rocket science to you guys if you're not familiar with WordPress or building out your own website. But again, go ahead and this is something that you can outsource, right? You can reach out. You can, like I said, you can look on Upwork. You can look on multiple Facebook groups. You can look up like virtual assistants, online businesses. You can do a job post and reach out to someone who, you can be very transparent with your budget. Look, I'm looking for someone to build out a very simple WordPress website to stay within this budget. Is there anyone out there? And I guarantee you're going to get some kind of message back because there's a lot of people out there who know a lot about this. But this checklist, and again, you can go to www.bybagency.com, download this checklist, and this is something for you to walk through and hold the person accountable, right? So you hire them now to build your website and go through this checklist. It's 10 items. I know it sounded like more, but it literally is 10 items that walks through the basics of just getting your page up and going. It includes those pages that you need, the about page, terms and conditions, disclaimer, those simple things. And this is a way for you to seem like you know what you're doing, but obviously follow up and make sure those things are completed. So I basically am also combining, so we have the WordPress customization, which is what I just talked about. Now I'm going to talk about WordPress security. So for anyone joining, and hello everyone, for anyone joining, this is all from the checklist that you can download at bybagency.com. It's 100 things. We're on a mini series right now, and it's 100 things you need to do to make your online business successful. And so if you are in the stage watching this, we actually have a podcast as well that follows along. But if you're in this stage of the process, you're on your website build and how to do it cheaply and affordably. So right now we're talking about WordPress. The episode before this, I actually talked about our own website builder, where you can actually build your own website for under $16 a month. And it's professional, it's SEO optimized. And we're going to talk about security in a second, but it also has an SSL certificate. So you're safe, you're secure, and you don't have to keep updating things. And again, that's $16 a month. You can even hire me to build out your page. It's actually a passion of mine. I love to do it. But anyway, it's a way that you can obviously build your website. So this is the second option I'm giving you, and it's all about WordPress. So now we're on the checklist. It's episode 6, and it's the security checklist. So I'm going to dive right in. So it seems like you hear about someone's site being hacked just about every day. In many cases, the business owner could have taken 1 or 2 steps to prevent the invasion. While hackers will continue to devise methods to infiltrate blogs and websites, the following steps will keep your WordPress site safe. So the first thing is I've removed telltale signs that gives hackers a clue about my site, including the WordPress version from the website's header. Don't tell people what version you're running, especially if your version is not up to date. A lot of times hackers have figured out certain versions and they like to obviously get in there. Remove your admin username and replace it with a unique username and password. And then remove the login link from your theme. This makes it so there's no way to even attempt to kind of multiple sign in there. And then the second is I've secured my login and installed plugins and systems that do one or more of the following. Limit the number of login attempts an IP address can use within a specific time frame. That makes it so somebody can't just keep guessing your password. What's your favorite animal? And then just keep guessing. It obviously puts a stop on that. Add 2-factor authentication, which will require you to enter an additional code to log in. Renamed the w-login.php file to something else, such as login.php, so that hackers will not know the correct login URL. Again, if I am sounding like I'm speaking a different language, that's absolutely okay. Again, you can use this checklist, and I'm a huge fan of outsourcing. So you can use this checklist that whenever you actually do hire someone to build your website, right? Again, you say, I need my website built. I need to be within this budget. Here's what I need done. This checklist helps you speak their language, right? It helps walk them through it and say, hey, just want to make sure that we're super safe and secure. Are we doing all these things? And then that way you can work with them and hold them accountable and have a little knowledge yourself, while not really having a ton of knowledge. So again, that's just to put it out there. I know I'm speaking to some of you who have never, used WordPress. So fourth is I've established systems. 3, I've added SSL for my WordPress admin. Number 4, I've established systems to scan my site regularly for virus and malware, update plugins and WordPress software, back up my WordPress site regularly. 5, I've created a strong password to log into my site. It includes upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. My password has nothing to do with me or my personal life, so it cannot be guessed, and I have a system to change it at least once every 90 days. 6th is I utilize reputable and trustworthy providers, including website designers, developers, WordPress theme developers, ghost and guest bloggers, virtual assistants, and each provider is given a unique password and username, and administrative login information is changed after business with providers is concluded. So quick little tip, if you guys actually have multiple passwords and different systems that you're going to have to share with a virtual assistant or someone that you're hiring, make sure you get a program like LastPass, that's L-A-S-T, Pass. Then I believe Google's also coming out with something where you can actually store your passwords securely and you can share them with different people. And then that way you really have all your passwords in a safe and secure location. And then if you need to do a mass change or you need to go through and do all that, you're able to do that all in one space, and it kind of keeps it organized. So quick little tip there. 7th is I've changed the default tab prefix on the WordPress database, or it had changed for me so that hackers cannot easily access my database. And then 8, I've uninstalled and removed any and all necessary themes, plugins, and users. 9 is I've employed the services of a reputable host with demonstrated security practices and systems in place and a reputation for secure hosting. Last episode, I talked about hosting, kind of the differences, right? So your domain is your actual address. That's where, www.whatever.com, that's your domain. And then your hosting is where you're going to actually build your little house, build your website. Think of your hosting as your landlord. That's the person who's going to provide all these wonderful things for you. You just have to make sure they do what you want them to do. And number 10 is I've created systems to ensure my backup system is working effectively and efficiently. Backing up your WordPress site isn't a set it and forget it event. Create a system to regularly check and make sure your blog and site is backing up effectively. So just to end on this, right, no blog or website is impervious to hackers. However, when you take these steps, it'll drastically reduce your odds of trouble in the future. It's well worth the time and effort to protect your business down the road. Now, again, and I hate to keep plugging this in there, but I go for simplicity, I go for affordability, I go for what's cheap, something that I can manage and I can even outsource. We use our website builder. Again, you can go to byvagency.com. If you click on start here, you scroll down to creating your own website. We offer, and I offer personally, so if anyone needs their hand held and they need a quick tutorial, I'm happy to shoot a Zoom video and share screen with you and walk you through how to actually set up your website. We offer it on our site because it is so incredibly basic and so easy to do. You don't need to know coding. You don't need to know all these extras. Through us, the website builder, it actually has where you can buy your domain. So let's say you pick out a wonderful name to support your business. Let's say you want to start selling jewelry and you want to say, okay, this is Nancy's Jewelry Shop. So you say, you know what, let me do nancysjewelryshop.com. You can buy that domain, right? That's step one. Step two, you pick out what website builder you want. I always recommend people go with business. The highest level business that you can purchase allows you to sell things online. So it actually allows you to connect Etsy, eBay, I think Amazon. It actually connects Amazon as well. It connects it all through your website with our builder. So you don't have to go and post all over on these places. It links to your website when you put products on there. It'll link it all there. So you're able to set this all up. And again, it's for I think that version is under $30 a month. So as opposed to paying thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars for someone to kind of manage this for you and then make updates and do all these security things, all of that is built into it. In fact, you can speak to our customer service. Literally, it's nearly impossible for hackers to hack into the program that we use, the hosting. It has so many things available. It's the fastest loading. You get your stats and statistics. So you can actually check to see how many people are viewing your website. You can upload. So once we go along in this, I'm going to teach you a little bit more about something called a Facebook pixel. And it's a way that you can actually track people coming to your website. And once you have this pixel installed, it's like a secret spy saying, ooh, someone came to your site, and now we're not going to say who it is, but we're going to capture so that if we ever do run a Facebook ad, we can actually target people like this person or this person in the next ad that we run. So it's pretty fantastic what you can actually do with this basic website builder. And I'm such a huge fan about it. I talk about it because I love it. I mean, I've been an expert. I'm actually, like I said, I'm more than happy to help show you and hold your hand and walk you through this website build process, because I know that when you're starting out as an entrepreneur that you really need to cut costs, you need to stay focused, and you need to really kind of bootstrap some things. And this is a way to really get your business and your website up and going. Again, it's got SEO optimization built in. It's got an SSL certificate, so you never have to worry about safety and security. We've got great customer service, and I'm here to help. So anyway, that is it as far as our checklist 4 and 5. Next episode, 5 and 6. Next mini-series episode is Facebook checklist. So I hope you guys check it out. Again, if you are not already following along with this checklist, the fun thing is even if you're not current, you can go back and watch these videos. It's all for you to help you with this content, because again, I so badly wished that when I started my businesses, someone was here to tell me things super simply in one place where I could just, okay, this makes sense, right? And I'm also here because I want you guys to share with me, if you, have questions, what is it that you want to see? What content do you want? And then that way I can actually make sure to share that with you either on a live, or I can jump on a phone call and share it with you. And I genuinely want to help others. I think one of my business advisors one time asked me, she said, if you could be doing anything, right? You had millions of dollars, you could do anything. And I actually said, I would really like to teach. And she's like, really? Well, but why don't you just do that? So that's kind of what I'm doing. But I love to share what I know. I love to help others. I love to engage and inspire. So hopefully this helps you guys out there. And I will catch you later.